What's up, everybody? It's the Inhuman one here, and today I'm going to explain the mysterious story of Little Nightmares. After I first played through the game, I knew that the vast majority of players would be unable to easily understand a story in a game that has absolutely no dialogue and no true cutscenes to force feed you the narrative. Little Nightmares takes place in a time not too distant from that of our own. A time in which humanity takes the shape of its most primal desires, its most sinful. The Maw, a mysterious, massive underwater construct, surfaces once a year at the exact same time each year, but never in the same place. The aptly named Maw attracts hordes of gluttonous guests that waddle towards the construct in hopes of getting their greedy, grubby hands on endless servings of meat to gorge on. The brutal twin chefs are hard at work preparing meats and the meals for the guests, and the janitor is there to sweep things under the rug. The lady oversees the whole operation and typically just observes from afar as the well-oiled machine that is the Maw churns out promises of gratification and healthy heapings of death. For all the guests that enter the gaping Maw never again pass through its thresholds. It's as if the Maw itself, as well as its operators, the lady, the twin chefs, and the janitor, all thrive off this cyclical process that simply takes advantage of the simplicity of the surrounding world and its inhabitants. But this year is different. This year, a young little girl has inexplicably found herself in the deep, dark bowels of the Maw. The little girl named Six is stirred awake after seeing disturbing images of the lady in what is seemingly a dream, or maybe even a nightmare. But whose dream is it? And what's the true nightmare? Well, these questions will be answered in upcoming videos, but until then, let's move on to Six and her purpose. Six works her way through the Maw and encounters the janitor, the chefs, and the lady in spite of a fierce hunger that debilitates her on multiple occasions throughout her perilous journey. Each time her hunger pangs violently halt her progress, Six must satiate her hunger so that she can move forward with renewed determination, and more importantly, a newfound hunger. It isn't until she reaches the upper levels of the Maw where her hunger drives her to murder a harmless gnome, in spite of the fact that it was peacefully offering her sustenance. But you see, by this time in the game, pure sustenance is no longer enough. For although Six was initially the ray of hope that was determined to break the chaotic cycle of the Maw, she has seen the world for what it is. She has seen dark desires to form shadowy figures. She has witnessed the brutality of the chefs. She has watched how mankind has become a gluttonous horde of sloths that never seem satisfied or satiated despite the heaps of meat they consume. Most importantly, she has seen darkness embodied in the form of the lady and has become desensitized to the violence and impurity around her. Simply put, Six has lost her innocence. And in this discovery of her inner self, she has discarded all notions of hope and faith and has adopted the evil nature of the Maw and its operators. Because you see, Six was the brightest light that ever shone in the depths of the Maw, with her bright yellow raincoat and her fancy little lighter, but those were only symbols of hope. And symbols pale in comparison to the experiences that one encounters in life. In the final scenes of the game, Six has a newfound confidence and power in the realization that all hope is lost. She has essentially become an unstoppable force, resorting to cannibalism and murdering countless guests without so much as a second thought. In the end, are we any different from Six? Would our values and innocence remain intact after witnessing our nightmares in material form? Well, that's it for this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. I have tons more content like this coming out soon. We will discover why the Maw has a Japanese theme. We will discover biblical references sprinkled throughout. And last but not least, we will examine Illuminati symbolism that is present in every corner of the Maw. And don't forget to subscribe and share this video. But before you do, ask yourself one question. Are you your own worst nightmare? Think about it. It's the Inhuman one, signing out.